Welcome to the Spring 2012 edition of Recreation Television, your connection to recreation opportunities provided by Roanoke County Parks. Well, spring is in the air today, and there are plenty of exciting activities for both youth and adults in our fantastic program lineup. A few things you'll see on today's show. Fencing classes, one of our most popular new programs. We'll take a look at 2 new yoga classes. We'll get a lesson in creative arts quilting, and we'll take you to 2 special events which will allow you to get into the outdoors and enjoy the beautiful weather. Got kids? It's time to start planning for the summer. We've got a preview of this year's summer camp programs, but first, Roanoke County Parks, Recreation and Tourism has a new director. Earlier today, I sat down with Doug Blunt. I'm joined today by Doug Blunt, Director of Parks, Recreation and Tourism, and although he's been with us since last August, he fully took over the position just this January. Doug, tell us a little bit about your history.
Well, I grew up here in the Roanoke Valley, and this was an exciting opportunity for me to be able to come back and serve in the community that I grew up in. Being a Vinton native, I was able to take advantage of all the recreation opportunities that the county had to offer families and children, and now my family and I, we're back living in the Roanoke County and being able to again influence and be a part of the recreation opportunities for the county.
Fantastic. You're already off to a great start. Lots of projects going on throughout the county. We're going to start by talking a little bit about greenways. Greenways back in our 2007 master plan were the #1 priority of our citizens, and that's something that we're really taking a hard look at right now.
We really are. This is a unique situation that with it being a top priority, that we're really focusing a lot of our effort and energy into completing the Greenway plan across the entire Roanoke Valley. And for Roanoke County right now, we have 6 projects that are either in the planning or in the construction phase. Right now we're working on getting ready to select a design firm for the Roanoke River East project. We've already selected a consultant for the Roanoke River West project and beginning the preliminary stages of looking into different routes for that particular project.
Now, to clarify a little bit, this is a piece of the Roanoke River Greenway that will connect all the way from Green Hill Park all the way to...
It will connect right now. Once the Greenway plan is completed, it will connect from Green Hill Park all the way down to the Parkway,
which I believe is over 16 miles, something pretty incredible and great for this area as well.
It really is. It allows our citizens to be able to recreate many different ways between bike riding, dog walking, or running themselves. Okay,
now what else is going on? There's some things going on the north end of the county. We just completed a project at Waldron Park.
That's correct. We just completed a wetland trail at Waldron Park that we received a grant to be able to put in, and this is a boardwalk trail that has a environmental viewing platform as a part of it, to where you can walk the trail and then also take a look at the natural species and environment around the trail.
Fantastic loop trail very nearby. They're starting a new one that's going to go to Carvin's Cove, more of a passive recreation type of a trail.
Exactly, and that's really what we're looking at across the county as we work on these different type of smaller trails, is getting them into natural environment areas to where folks are able to get up close with nature and to be able to have an opportunity to recreate in different parts of the county that we haven't all been able to in the past.
Just another example of that, you may have been to the South County Library. There's a wetland right next to that library. This spring, in fact, we're going to be working on a boardwalk trail at that location, correct?
That is correct. As a final part of the South County Library project, we are going to be putting another boardwalk trail that will go across that natural wetland environment to be able, again, to put in another viewing platform, and will ultimately link up with Starkey Park.
So a lot going on in our parks. Doug Blunt, Director of Parks, Recreation and Tourism, a lot to come in the coming years. Clearly, there's an exciting future in store for Roanoke County Parks. We have a fantastic array of programs and recreation opportunities for everyone in the Roanoke Valley to enjoy. Find out about these programs online at RoanokeCountyParks.com and view our program lineup by clicking on the Register Online icon right there on our main website. Now, one of our most popular new programs is fencing. I decided to find out why so many people are signing up. On guard, Roanoke County now offers fencing programs, and they're one of our most popular new programs. I'm here with the instructor, James Moser. Welcome to the program.
Good to be here.
Okay, now tell us, we have classes for ages 13 and up, correct?
Right.
Tell us how those have been going. We've actually gone through a couple sessions now.
Done quite well. We have the tween classes, sort of 12 and 13 on up to 18 for the youngsters, and then for adults we go from 18 up to, I've had 50 and 60-year-olds fence, and so it's a wide range. We have girls and guys, of course, too.
And they meet right here at Green Ridge Recreation Center. Tell us, what can you expect when you come to a fencing class?
We give you a brief history. That's when I first started off, and that's what I teach mainly, is history. So I'll put in a little history about fencing and tell you where it originated and some about the modern Olympics. And then I try and get people suited up as soon as possible. So we give them out their gear and all that's provided. And we start them fencing. We learn a little more each time. So we usually meet once a week or so.
Is this something that anybody can do? Do you need any type of experience whatsoever?
Some people have came in with a little bit of experience, but oftentimes people come with no experience and they end up just doing as well as those that have it. So,
well, this is the first time I've ever touched fencing equipment, and I look pretty ridiculous in this getup. But tell me exactly what a judge is looking for in fencing. Maybe you can show me, give me a little demo.
Right. So I've got on the full kit here. So some socks usually for your school colors or something, and knickers here, and a jacket, and your glove and mask. But really all you need is just the jacket and mask, and of course the sword. This is just extra if you were in a tournament. But what the judges are looking for is you just get a clean sort of poke. So it's a lot less painful, I'd say, than paintball. You're not going to get a lot of whacks or hits to your leg or face or anything. Just want a simple poke like that. So you can throw on the mask and then they go back and forth. And it's a very linear sport, so you're staying on a strip and you're sort of tethered to a certain direction. So it's a lot more controlled than you look in the movies.
And you were telling me earlier, the judges are looking for a bend in the sword, correct?
Yeah, so
show us what that looks like.
Just a little bend there so they can see it from the side. If it's too light, they can't see, and you don't want to shish kebab them, so it's just a good bend in between that they can see.
And now when you see fencing on television, you always see the parry thrust and the different positions. Do you teach positions, or is that just something that they do in the movies?
Yeah, you can do parries. Parries are the defense. So if you hold your sword at me, and to parry it to get it out of the way, I knock it there, and then it makes a hole for me to come through at. So
fantastic.
You do parry and thrust. And you do a lot of the leaning and things, so you can lean forward like that.
There's a certain way that you move your legs?
Yeah, you've got to stand, so this leg will be here, foot in front of you. So you're just going back and forth, and I get you out of the way, and then come through and you can poke me. So it's very controlled. Sort of like they'll say it's called physical chess, so everything has a certain area.
Now, adults and kids can do this. We have a couple classes in the spring, and new this year we have a summer camp program, a fencing summer camp. You can find out about the summer camp on RoanokeCountyParks.com. Look for the summer camps link to the left. So fencing for everybody right here at Green Ridge Recreation Center. James, thanks for being on.
Thank you very much.
And don't forget, fencing is not just for adults. This summer, we're offering our first ever youth fencing summer camp. Just one of over 200 summer programs for ages 3 to 17. Roanoke County has the area's largest selection of camps, from full day to half day, summer fun to athletics and crafts. And don't forget overnight programs at Camp Roanoke. Camp Roanoke has been serving youth from throughout the region since 1925, and we've got a fantastic summer on tap this year. Here to talk about it is Lillian King from Camp Roanoke. Lillian, welcome.
Thank you, glad to be here.
First off, for those that are familiar with Camp Roanoke, what is new this year?
We have several different programs going on. Our first one is the Pioneer Program for rising 5th and 6th graders. It focuses on environmental education and for kids who have a passion for the environment.
And not only does it focus on environmental education, we've added a few new components to our education system at Camp Roanoke this year and the environmental side. We're going to actually have an environmental lab this year?
Right, correct.
Sounds very exciting. We've got a partnership with Virginia Western to get some really nice equipment in there to learn about environmental sustainability and also some science-y sort of stuff as well, right, Lillian?
Exactly. The kids may go out into the woods, collect leaves or any kind of plants, and maybe come and do some specific activities with that to learn their origin and things like that.
A few other new things this year. We're going to offer mountain biking for the first time at Camp Roanoke, correct?
We are, and they will be able to bike around the reservoir, and we're developing the trail right now for that.
A new mountain biking trail, new environmental classes, and a whole lot more, even backpacking this year, correct?
Exactly, backpacking for the outpost camp, and that is almost full already, so we have about 5 or 6 spots still left in that.
Registrations are going very quickly this year. Camp Roanoke more popular than ever. One of the reasons of the popularity is our ACA accreditation. What exactly does that mean?
Absolutely, that's the American Camp Association. They our standards. We uphold the standards that they set and put in place.
Standards such as food safety,
health safety, transportation, and the overall safety of the camp and the kids.
Which of course is priority number 1 at Camp Roanoke. Now I mentioned slots are filling up quickly. If you're not so sure about camp or want to find out more, there are 2 opportunities coming up very soon to find out more about camp. One of those is the Camp Fair at Valley View Mall. Can you tell us about that?
Absolutely. The Camp Fair is April 21st from 10 to 3 at Valley View Mall, and we have several camps from Northern Virginia, East Tennessee, North Carolina that will join us and come out and check out and see what camp's best for your child.
Then 1 week later, April 28th, everyone's invited out to Camp Roanoke to get a taste of camp life. What's that like,
Absolutely.
Lillian?
You can come out, the climbing tower will be open, and we have different activities going on. The parents can see the cabins, meet some of the counselors.
Hot dogs, my favorite part.
Hot dogs and food for sure, and with this weather, some iced tea and lemonade to go along with that.
And it's a beautiful day, just like today. It's always great to get out to Camp Roanoke, and of course, if you're not familiar with camp, it's a great time to come out there, try the climbing wall, meet the staff, and see if Camp Roanoke is right for your child, because it's really not necessarily for everyone.
Right.
So find out more online at www.camproanoke.com. A lot on tap this year, exciting opportunities for all ages of youth. Hurry up, spaces are filling quickly on all of our camp programs, including Camp Roanoke. Want to save money? Register early. Early bird registration on all camps is over on April 30th. Before April 30th, you can save $25 on all full day and overnight programs and $5 off every half-day program every camp. Still not convinced Roanoke County camps are right for you? Shop around. We're hosting the annual camp fair at Valley View Mall at 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on April 21st. Meet with representatives from camps from throughout the Mid-Atlantic region and see if Camp Roanoke and any of our programs are right for your child. Now, summer also means water play. Let's head to the pool at Green Ridge. We're here in the pool at Green Ridge Recreation Center, where I'm joined by Tanya Richardson, formerly the aquatics director here at Green Ridge, now the center manager. Congratulations, Tanya.
Thank you very much.
Tanya still has a lot of knowledge of the pool, of course, and one of the things we want to talk about is upcoming event in May. The whole month of May, in fact, is Water Safety Month. Tell us about, first of all, what is Water Safety Month?
Well, it's basically just raising the awareness for everybody about different things that keep children safe and so forth in the pools and the beaches, any open water areas.
Comes at a good time of year, right before the summer. People are about to get out there in the rivers and lakes and, of course, the ocean. But there are a lot of things they can do to be prepared here at Green Ridge. Say you have kids and don't know how to swim. What events do we have going on to help them be prepared?
Well, besides our regular swimming lessons that we do offer all the time, we do have 2 different dates that we're having basic water safety lessons. They're after-school programs. They're free to the community, and we'll go over life jacket awareness, boat safety, different basic water safety in a pool and open water.
Information for both kids and adults.
Exactly.
Well, now we're almost about to start up our summer season at Splash Valley, and we're also in the need for some lifeguards and aquatics instructors for the summer. What offerings do we have in that line?
Well, we're always taking applications for basic lifeguarding. We do Ellis and Associates lifeguarding classes. We also offer a water safety instructor class through the American Red Cross. And new this year, we are having an informational meeting on our junior lifeguard program as well as our water safety aid program. That is open to kids between the ages of 11 and 14 years old. And if you look online, you can see the date that we are going to offer that.
So if you have an 11 to 14-year-old, or if you are one, get on track to become a lifeguard by signing up for some of those classes.
Correct.
And are those free?
That informational meeting is free in that date. Yes.
So set yourself up to get some money while you're working your way through high school. Finally, in the short time we have left, Splash Valley Water Park. When does it open?
May 25th is our first day of opening. We'll be open for the Memorial Day weekend, and then we'll start open June 7th for the rest of the summertime.
We had a few changes this year. We've extended our hours in the weekend for Roanoke County residents. Tell us about that.
We will be opening at 10 a.m. on both Saturday and Sunday this year.
And finally, we also have some new shade structures outside, so you won't be quite as hot when you're hanging out outside the pool, right?
Yes, we do have additional shade structures as well.
Okay, we'll learn more about Splash Valley online at RoanokeCountyParks.com. And of course, you've heard about all those wonderful May water safety free things for your family to do. Free swimming lessons, free clinics on water safety, boating safety, life jacket safety. All of that offered right here at Green Ridge during the month of May. Check us out at RoanokeCountyParks.com. Look for Green Ridge Recreation Center. Thanks a lot, Tanya.
Thank you for having me.
Sounds like a lot of exciting events planned for the indoor pool at Green Ridge during the month of May. And don't forget, Friday, May 25th marks the start of our Splash Valley season. This year we're offering 96 days of fun, so we hope to see you out there at least one of those days this year. Now, of course, it's spring right now and a great time to get outside like I am, get into shape. Another way to get into shape is through yoga. Yoga is a way you can exercise without even breaking a sweat. Let's take a look. Norma Silvius is a jack of all trades who teaches many courses here at the Brambleton Center and Greenridge Recreation Center for us here at Roanoke County Parks. We're pleased to have her teaching 2 new courses this spring session. They're group exercise courses. Norma, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Well, the first one we want to talk about is one called Laughing Yoga. And I read the description for this course and it made me laugh. How do you use humor to help benefit your health?
Well, when you laugh, the body cannot determine whether you're laughing fake laughter or real laughter, and the benefits are the same no matter whether it's real or not real. When you laugh, there are many benefits such as bringing the oxygen to the brain and all through the body. It also releases endorphins and creates a feeling of well-being.
Now, how does that combine with yoga? You instruct some yoga classes as well, right?
I do. Laughing yoga, what it does is it focuses on the breathing. It's just like we do in a regular yoga class. So you get those nice deep breaths, and you also do some yoga exercises in laughing yoga.
And so what are the benefits of taking this laughing yoga program?
Well, first of all, you have fun. I think that's real important in a class. The camaraderie that you have with the other students, you develop a socialization there that you sometimes don't develop in other classes. You feel better. 20 minutes of laughing yoga can last for days. The benefits are tremendous.
And the laughter is real in this class, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It sometimes starts out as fake, but it ends up being very much real.
All for great benefit to your health. Now, another new program this spring session is a chair yoga class. What exactly is chair yoga? Well,
chair yoga is you actually sit in a chair and you do some yoga moves. Many people think that yoga can only be done on the floor, and that's not necessarily true. This yoga is designed for people who are coming off from surgery or coming out of an illness that has maybe left them weaker. Also, wheelchair patients, if they can sit in a chair and move their arms and legs somewhat, then this yoga class is for them.
Well, why don't you just show me really quickly a couple of the exercises that you might do in the class?
Sure, I'll be glad to. One is where we put our hands down beside our body, and then just lean gently over to the side, lowering that hand down toward the floor.
I can feel that up here too.
Yes, keeping our shoulders back and using the core muscles to take us over and then back up. We do that very slowly and gently, and over time, your strength increases, your flexibility increases as well. Another one that I like to do in chair yoga is to bring just the arms up, just level with the chest, then bring that arm around, and then watch it as it travels behind you.
And that works some of your neck muscles as well?
Exactly, the neck muscles, and many people forget that the eye is also a muscle. So strengthening the upper chest and opening up that chest, and strengthening the upper arm as well.
Not too hard to do, but I can really feel it working the muscles there, and anyone with limited mobility could benefit from a class like that. You can find out more online at www.roanokecountyparks.com or call our 772-PLAY number. That's 772-7529. Norma, thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Yoga is just another one of the many exciting activities for adults offered by Roanoke County Parks. You can learn more about all of our programs by picking up this, our new Recreation Family Fun Guide magazine for the spring. This is our largest edition ever at over 64 pages of fun. Take a look. You just might find a new hobby, like quilting. Instructor Judy Loop is offering a new class that will help you get some embroidered art hanging on your walls. The beautiful creations you see in front of us are those of Judy Loop. She's one of the instructors with Roanoke County Parks. Judy, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
We're very excited about your class this year, Creative Art Quilting. First of all, what is Creative Art Quilting and what makes it different from traditional quilting as most people know it?
Traditional quilt began, I think, as 2 or 3 layers of fabric sewn together, usually put on the bed to offer warmth. Art quilt starts traditionally in that it is 2 or more layers, but then it takes off from there. It uses pretty much the creator's own ideas, own thoughts, own images, and it can be sewn any way that can be held together.
And you've got some creative ideas right here. Can you maybe take us through a few of the things you have and how these skills that you use to make the quilts relate to the class?
Starting with the fabrics, fabric choices, colors, we do go over a bit of art in composition.
Okay.
So we have to start with thinking of colors and movement and whatever idea the artist or the person wants to work with. We start with how to compose it, how to cut it, then how to sew it, different sewing techniques. Once the artist is feeling comfortable with that idea, then we'll cover such things as free motion quilting, traditional quilting, and then other factors such as binding or not to bind. So it's really trying to build the sewer's confidence and creativity in their work.
Now, is this something that anybody can do? Do I have to have some quilting experience?
No quilting experience necessary.
Okay.
The participants should be familiar with their sewing machine.
Okay, and a sewing machine is required for the class as well?
Not necessarily. We could do this freehand, just with hand stitching, but it's faster and it's a lot quicker, and the techniques I showed do use a sewing machine.
Now, you don't need to bring the machine to class, but it helps if you've had one, is what you're saying.
It does help to have one, and you probably should have it in class if they don't mind dragging it along with them.
That's okay.
Just so that they can work during that class time and I can be there to help them.
Okay, well, tell us about some of the creative things that you can design, how to think out of the box.
Just abstracting a lot. Just taking an idea such as birds and reducing them to simple forms.
Show me what you've done here to make that unique.
This one is blue jays, of course. You can tell by the colors, but then just reducing them to very, very simple forms, geometric forms, circles, squares, triangles.
And it looks like you've done the detailing work with the sewing machine instead of doing it
is.
with
It's like drawing, it's like drawing with your sewing machine.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's a big part. Learning to adhere other fabrics to the material, such as sheer fabrics, and then learning to let that machine go and move it any way you want to.
Fascinating. You also teach one more class. I want to say quickly, Dye Your World, if you're interested. Very artistic, many years as an art teacher, and you'll learn a lot from Judy Loop and all of our classes here at Roanoke County Parks. Find out more online at RoanokeCountyParks.com. Learning new things doesn't have an age limit. That's what programs from Roanoke County Parks are all about. You can find more on our website at RoanokeCountyParks.com. Now, here's something that I've always wanted to learn about: electronics. What makes a circuit work? Can I patch my own equipment and make repairs? After talking to Edward Francisco, I learned that it's all a lot easier than you think. Are you interested in going into the electronics field? Maybe you're just a hobbyist that likes to fiddle around at home. Ed Francisco has over 40 years of experience in electronics, and we've got a new class that we're offering at the Brambleton Center this spring. So Ed, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
First of all, tell us what is this class going to focus on?
We're going to basically focus on just hands-on fundamental electronics, bare minimum of mathematics, bare minimum of theory, but primarily geared to actually putting a component from a schematic onto a board and how it goes together and how these circuits build up. We cover safety, and we cover use of the computer systems, because there's a lot of programs out there on the computers now that you can build circuits and never touch a component.
Wow.
They're just that good out there. And then plus we have a lot of other places that we send them on the internet that they can learn to do things. We show them how they can find out what a part does. They actually can construct circuits on the computer itself and put the parts on the board without ever having to touch the board, and see how it operates and see how they go together before they put out any kind of money and before they decide that they want to build a kit or build something up. A lot of times people get discouraged once they start out with a kit, so many parts there, and it's rarely taught other than as a hobby type thing.
So really you see the class as kind of a try before you buy sort of arrangement.
Right, yeah, and it's good to get people interested in electronics. We've become a throwaway nation as far as components and systems and stuff like that we have. But at the same time, there's been a need for people who really want to use it as a hobby to gain some understanding about it so that they can realize that, you know, this might or may not be the career path that they want to go on.
So these are skills that you can use in life even if you want to understand basic computer technology as well.
You're right.
We'll find out more about this class online at RoanokeCountyParks.com. We're really excited about it. Ed, thanks for teaching with us.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for having me.
The best part about the spring is Mother Nature. Comfortable temperatures, leaves coming out on the trees, and there's no better place to enjoy nature than at Roanoke County Park. Be sure to check out our new 3/4 of a mile walkway at Walren Park, featuring a wetlands platform. Now, another way to get out and enjoy nature is through the sport of geocaching. We're excited to bring back the amazing county treasure hunt for the 3rd consecutive year. Don't know what that is? Let's find out. Spring is in the air, and that means it's time to get outside and enjoy the beautiful weather. One way to do that is with some great Roanoke County special events. Here to tell us about some spring events this year is Wendy Schultz. Wendy, what do we have on tap to get people outside and enjoying this weather?
Well, the two biggies this year in the spring are going to be, of course, our 14th annual Kite Festival, which will be at Green Hill Park on April 21st. It is a fabulous event. The Richmond Air Force Kite Club comes out, does demonstrations, invites people to participate. We give t-shirts away, we give kites away. There's also all kinds of food vendors and craft vendors, and it's a magnificent free day in the park.
The best part I heard there was free. You come
Absolutely.
out, and it's really a beautiful sight there, isn't it? Something, if you've never seen it, what can you expect when you look up in the sky?
Oh, it's magnificent. These fellas bring out the most incredible kites. They are absolutely huge. Not only that, but then they have smaller ones, so the contrast is fabulous, and the color in the sky is one you don't want to miss. And for some reason, it's always a beautiful day. You know, it's just lovely.
Now, the Kite Festival brings out people from throughout the Mid-Atlantic region because Green Hill Park is actually known for its fabulous winds in the springtime.
Exactly. You can always depend on the wind at Green Hill, so you are never disappointed, and your kite will always take off.
Okay, so you're going to the Kite Festival. What comes next? We've got another great event coming up in May.
We do on Saturday, May 12th, and we actually will be starting at Green Ridge Center. That's where we'll be checking in. This is our annual geocaching event, and it is so much fun. Folks come out, either individuals, families, teams, and they actually hunt for treasure. We have 8 different locations this year throughout Roanoke County. We've also this year added a new element to our geocaching event. It's a national movement, and it's actually called CETO, Cash In, Trash Out. So actually, as you're going around finding the treasure, we will actually be giving folks bags where they can actually, if they happen to see any kind of debris, any kind of small trash lying around, they actually can pick it up, bring it back to us. We will take care of disposing of it. So we're actually also helping the environment as well as having a beautiful day out in the great locations in Roanoke County.
Now, really quickly, if you haven't heard of what geocaching is, can you explain, you use a GPS device, correct?
Correct. You use a GPS device. We will give you longitude and latitude. You will find it with your GPS device. Then we will hide the treasure, and you will find it actually using a GPS. So it's a high-tech treasure hunt.
And the event starts at noon right here at Green Ridge Recreation Center. But don't worry if you don't have a GPS or don't know how to use one. We have a few available to borrow, correct?
We certainly do. They can borrow them, but the event actually starts at 11. We do registration and a social hour at 10 a.m. so folks can get acquainted with the GPS units. We'll show them how to use them. They can also talk to folks that have been geocaching throughout the valley.
So show up early to get the most of the event right here at Green Ridge Recreation Center. Thank you, Wendy. Hope to see you there. Don't forget about early bird summer camp registration. That ends on April 30th. That means you can save up to $25 on every week of camp programming, and we've got over 200 weeks to choose from. Find out about all of them at RoanokeCountyParks.com and click on the summer camps link at the left-hand side of your screen. Also, don't forget to mark your calendars for Saturday, May 26th. That's the first full weekend of operations of Splash Valley Water Park. We've got a whole lot of fun lined up for you this year. Be sure to take your family some point during the summer. Of course, you can find out about all of our programs online at RoanokeCountyParks.com or call 772-PLAY. That's 772-7529 to find out about anything you've seen on today's show. You can watch us 3 times a week on RVTV or on our website at any time. Until next time, I'll see you in the parks.
Let's go to Green Ridge, where I can get a workout.
Take a class.
Play ball.
Go swimming.
And learn something new.
Get involved at Green Ridge. Healthy fun for everyone.